Hello, everyone. This is Jill Raven Stevenson on my Juniper Sage YouTube channel. And I didn't go for my walk this morning because I'm in a creative stint. I'm doing some commissioned pieces right now. So I woke up, kind of just kind of laying there thinking about these creations I'm making and what needs to happen next. And lottie. Anyways, but after yesterday, I was really thinking it would be such a beautiful thing to share with you with what I work with when I'm working with something that feels both and. So let's kind of recap from yesterday. So yesterday we kind of worked with that grain of sand, that irritant, that substance or experience or inner conflict, or other people's energy that's kind of wreaking havoc in your piece. Like it's causing you to have thoughts that don't really make sense, or you're finding yourself becoming more angry than like you flare up and get bitey for no reason. A lot of times those are or lethargic or tired. A lot of times those are indications that there's something in your system, either that you're working with, a feeling, a memory, a thought, something that's disrupt your system, or it is or as we discovered yesterday, it can be other people's energies. So when we start to kind of become aware and we work with the energy of peace, we can also see the areas that are not in peace, that are not in harmony. And a lot of times they can be simple remedies of just clearing our energy fields or clearing ourselves. Like taking a shower can feel really good. Sometimes doing a sound bath or yoga, going for a walk, even using grandmother's sage or taking a shower, going or spending time outside is a natural way to clear energy. Another way is to use art. So today we're going to use I'm going to dive into my art journal and do an exercise that works with an energy that's within us that is that's affecting us, or from the outside world. So for me, yesterday I identified the energy of rejection. And when I was feeling it, I was really feeling it on the left side of my body. And it really reminded me of how I can reject my intuition sometimes, how I was taught to reject my intuition. It also can remind me how my intuition can be rejected because it doesn't have tangible evidence around it. So it's just a knowing, or it's my imagination. When I was little, that was a big thing. You have a really big imagination, Jill. Like, really? Okay. I thought it was real for me. So things like that. And so for me, what I discovered yesterday is that it's in my lineage, this rejection of this part of me, a part of my feminine self. So how that that shows up, disrupting my ability to move into peace of mind, peace of heart, peace of being, kind of preventing me from moving into full acceptance of myself. So it's become a part of me. So I was outside of me, but it's become a part of me. So some of you guys might have tapped into something that's been there for a long time. I kind of think of a friend that limps. And I'm like, "Are you okay? You're limping." "No, I'm not." Like, no, let me film you. You're limping. And my friend didn't realize, oh my gosh, I'd been limping because he had an injury that only could heal so far, physical injury, and it left him with a limp. But it had become so normal for him, he's not limping. So same with us. Some of these things that some of you might have tapped into, an older energy that's been there for a long time. And some of you might have tapped into something that's just fairly new. And that, there's no here or there. And you can use this activity for both and. So the idea is that we live in a dualistic setting. So we have a positive, negative charge. I always think of it like a coin, right? We have a heads and a tails. The coin is the coin, but on each side of them has different symbolisms, have different feelings, have a different intent. So kind of the same in life, in that dualistic life. We have both a positive and a negative charge, but they are actually not a judgment, just an ism, as I like to call them. It just is. In a dualistic world, we have a positive charge and a negative charge. Now, of course, I'm watering it down to a very simple dynamic. There's lots of things that have been discovered since that first discovery of positive and negative charges. Just want to stay with that fundamental understanding of charges. So when we can kind of neutralize the positive and negative charges, there's a beautiful thing that can happen where we open up to a greater truth. We open up to a greater place of receiving light and love and joy, that's, energy that serves our highest good, serves our ability to thrive, serves our ability to create, serves our ability to perceive what is true for us and the path forward in our life. So this activity I'm about to show you addresses that. It gives you a form to start to work with the gift of duality and what can happen within it. Yesterday, if you recall, for me, I really was working where I tracked the energy that I'm working with, as Grandmother Ocean showed me, was my belly button. So my psychic connection to the mother. So our very first psychic connection is to your mother. So for me, that's how I could track that it's a lineage piece. Now, throughout the year, we can go deeper into these, so all of us can be identifying that which to this level of identification. The easiest way, as we kind of started last week, is using our body kind of as a map or a way shower or a truth teller. So the other place I felt kind of emotion coming up around that was my throat, right? So how I've started the remedy around that is yesterday I had a conversation with a friend about rejection. What is their definition? What is their experience? Where do we see it in the world? So those are another ways to start to help your body expand into a place to hold what is true for you, and also to begin to transform it into that pearl of wisdom. The other thing we did yesterday is we gave that energy to Grandmother or Mother Ocean. And that we're sitting in that pearl of light. So that's where we're going to begin today. We're going to begin that we're in the ocean. We're being held in that light. So what you'll need is, you'll see me using a tray of watercolors. You could use colored pencils, markers, pens, crayons, whatever you have that has color. And a paint, whatever utensil you need. So I have a paintbrush. I think it's a 6. It's it's one of my favorite. You can tell it's well used. And you'll need about, 10, 15 minutes at the most to experience this. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of rub my hands over this and just enjoy the blankness of a canvas. And I'm kind of making my connection. So I'm making a physical connection with this piece of paper, giving it some love, and just watching what other dynamics come forward, right? Blank piece of paper. Now we're going to be very childlike in this. So I'm going to choose this darker color. And I'm just going to create that pearl. So I'm just going to create that pearl. I'm going to go around it a few times. And I'm going to kind of create the ocean around the pearl. And I'm going to just be super loose. I'm not going to worry about, this is really me just working and tapping into the gift of the ocean. And as I'm doing this, what I'm doing is feeling Grandmother Ocean. I'm going to just be mindful, leaving some white spaces because I'd like to give her an offering. So there's my ocean. I'd like to give her an offering, and I'm going to give her an olive branch. So a lot of times we offer what we need. Right? It's such a reflection. So for me, I'm going to be very simple olive branch. I'm painting right over stuff. I love using the water right now. I'm just giving Mother Ocean a beautiful olive branch. So how I'm doing that is I'm imagining I'm by the ocean. I'm placing an olive branch in her, thanking her for working with me with this energy of rejection. Again, I don't want to get too detailed in that. Okay, and now I'm just going to use a very light color, light wash inside my pearl. And know that all the action energy is going to come from in here. I'm going to imagine that my paper divides in half. I have my left side and my right side, right? Now, for you guys, you can look to where you want to divide it in half. So I really want to go left and right. Some of you might want to go the upper half and the lower half, or even a diagonal piece. So just feel for a moment and kind of keep that in your mind's eye. And now I'm going to choose a color that can bring peace to whatever energy you're working with. So I'm working with rejections. I don't know why, but I think I need to feel red. I thought it was purple, but it's this deeper red, kind of magenta red. And I'm actually going to go this way. I'm very surprised that I was going to go this way. And all I'm going to do is first just work with a figure 8. So I'm going to start in the middle. It doesn't have to be exact. You use that figure 8. Trace over it a couple of times. And all I'm doing is I'm thinking about just this movement. And the figure 8 is really about the infinite. And what I'm most going to be concentrating on is the middle. So how do I work with this energy? So if I think of rejection, the opposite of rejection is acceptance for me. So think about your energy that you've identified. So love, hate, fear, confidence, timid, courage, right? Shy, bold, just like look at what could be the opposite of the energy. Known and unknown is a great staple if you just can't feel the opposite. So you can go to known and unknown. So once I have this, and I'm just going to kind of so this half is going to be my rejection half, and this half is going to be my acceptance half. So I'm going to kind of just feel that for a moment. And then I'm going to add another color. It's okay if it makes mud, because a lot of things came out of mud. I'm just going to have a moment and intuitively spend a little time on my rejection half. And then I'm actually going to do this in my acceptance half. And once you kind of feel that you've kind of attended to each half, then we're going to go back over and just trace back and forth. So I'm going into rejection, the feeling of it, and acceptance, the feeling of it. Rejection, acceptance. Rejection, acceptance. And I'm just going to kind of go back and forth. And then you're going to just take a moment and be intuitive. So for me, I want to offer rejection something. So I'm going to offer it a sweet flower. It looks like I'm going to offer it a rose. So I'm just going to give it a really simple rose. Remember, this is just your art journal. Right, so what do I want to offer it? I'm going to offer it some love. Then what do I want to offer acceptance? I'm going to offer it sun. So now I'm going to work with my offering. The rose is love and the sun is light. So now I'm going to first retrace it. So I'm feeling love and then I'm feeling light. I'm feeling love and I'm feeling light. Love and light. And then the same thing. Is there a color over here? Love. It's really kind of hard to see the differences. Love. And then I want to, what do I want to offer? Over here, green. And then as I kind of just feel that, right, I see this dolphin over here for me. In the water, right? So there it is. And then I'm going to go back over one more time just with clean water to love light, love, light, love, light. Need it to be more green. And then I'm getting lots of information. So I'm going to, just this pictures, it's giving some visualization about what's working. It really helps us kind of go into a higher thought about things. So a lot of times I'll just retrace stuff, and this is I love this. So just watch what comes, and remember, if you get stuck, like repaint over something, right? So I wonder if there's anything over here. Let's put this auric field around my flower here. It's funny because anytime you start, like, what feelings are coming, right? Wow, I just love this. All the little things that are coming through, I'll share in a minute. So just watch. Now, if you're having a hard time, things aren't flowing, words aren't flowing, go through and assign each thing a word. So 8, like, this is an olive branch. What's the gift or feeling of olive branch? For me, it's like bringing peace. So it's a peace bringer. Here, this is green. This is emerald green. It doesn't look very emerald right now. So this is healing light, healing. The dolphin is a guardian for me. I can tell she's the one that's guiding this. So she's a guardian. So the healing feels soothing, grounding. The dolphin feels wise. And then I have the sun is bright, warmth, truth. Wow. Like it illuminating. The rose is just very compassionate, love. And the ocean herself just feels very loving. So I could go around and collect those words, right? And create an affirmation for myself to work with inside of my pearl. So let's see here. I have fully accept. Oh, wait. So for me, I have peace bringer. I have bright. It feels like there's a birth happening. So even the overall thing, there's a birth. All right. So I'm just going to collect these words. Compassionate love. And then in that, create a statement. Now, what I like to do with that is to give myself some guidelines, like create a 9-word statement, 11-word, 13-word statement, like kind of deduce it down depending on how many words. 5-word statement. So let me see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 words. So the words that I'm most attracted to are compassion. Oops. Okay, I have to do this when I'm multitasking here. I'm going to do it here. So I have compassion, wisdom, I'm caught. So what I'm doing now is just taking the words that I most birth. Peace, grounding, and healing. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. So I would let myself have anywhere from 8 to 11 words in my statement, right? So I kind of like just go up a couple of more words in that. So just give yourself a little guideline. So this is kind of self doing it. Uh-oh. I got really excited and I forgot where I put that. Hang on, everyone. There it is. Okay. So I have compassion, wisdom, birth, peace, grounding, healing. So how do I through grounding, healing, wisdom. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do 8. The wisdom of peace is born. So how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I want to go back and deduce. So grounding, healing, wisdom of peace. Oh wow, births compassion. So grounding, healing, wisdom of peace, births compassion. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So acceptance, grounding, healing, wisdom. Ooh, there we go. Acceptance, grounding, healing, wisdom of peace, births compassion. No, I don't like that. You can see it takes a little bit, right? Through. I'm going to go back to through again. Through grounding, healing, wisdom of peace, births compassion. So now I love that. So now I have that, right? Through grounding. And if we kind of look at what we've been guided with these last couple of weeks is to use the gift of grounding. So this is so fitting, right? So let's listen to this again, what I came up with. I'd loved if you feel the grace of, sharing what you came up with. So it's through grounding, healing, wisdom of peace births compassion. Oh, I love that, right? through grounding. It could even be through the self. Ooh, even like that. See, you want to sit with it to really say it out loud and then feel it in your body. Like what makes sense for you. All right. I'm going to redo that. I'm just going to find it again. See, say through self, grounding, healing. Oh wait, through self, healing, wisdom of peace, births compassion. Kind of like that even better. Through self, healing, wisdom of peace, births compassion. Ooh, I really love that. So once you get your thing, sometimes you want to just kind of seal that, and I'm going to go back over. So that's what came out of working with the polarity or the dualistic nature of compassion, right? And, this is my working with that rejection energy. I could be working at it from a whole different place, but this is where I am right now with it. So these energies and these feelings that we have are teachers and way showers. And a lot of times art and color and symbols can help us access what it is they're actually trying to help us teach, or help teach us. All right, you guys, enjoy this process. Take the bits and pieces that make sense for you. Watch what happens. As you could see for me, I was also writing things. When we accept the truth of who we are, rejection has no power over our joy or what we love or who we love. And then I got fully accept the beauty of my creation. My creator self creates with purpose, thus it has value. So just like that, right? Just in having some moment with the ocean, moment with a pearl, moment with the figure 8, moment with an offering. The idea of offering, that we get to offer ourselves what we need, little sun, little rose, just kind of watching and feeling and allowing the alchemy of the motion and the color and the symbols to do its magic. All right, you guys, completely enjoy this activity, and I'll see you tomorrow.